of the Gender Institute. So, fantastic. So I just would like to ask you, dear Prime Minister, to deliver your opening speech.
Thank you very much.
It's a privilege. Is it okay? Oh, and wait. Because I don't know whether I can stay here until the end.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. The flowers that come. No, give the flowers back. Sorry, techniques and women, you know.
Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank all those who initiated the Women in Parliament's Global Forum and those who arranged this conference. This new forum is an absolutely wonderful idea which will create many important opportunities for female politicians worldwide to achieve further success. After a 35-year career in politics, both as an MP and government minister, and for the last 4 years as a Prime Minister, I have no doubt that women are better at ensuring justice and equality, and that the world will become a better place if a similar number of women and men are at the helm. The men, who are in an overwhelming majority among those who rule the world, have not done an especially good job. Therefore, I say without hesitation, give women a chance, it will change the world. We have certainly made progress in improving women's position in the world, especially in Western societies. More women than ever before hold powerful positions worldwide, and a lot of glass ceilings have been broken. But in my opinion, we have still not made enough progress. Of course, there are some important exceptions, but it is important to break more glass ceilings for a woman to become Secretary General of the United Nations, for example, or President of the United States. I have no doubt that it would make a huge difference if women got elected to such powerful posts. And if we strengthen women's role in the economy, it can raise growth prospects and improve development. The IMF argues that simply having as many women as men in the labour force could boost economic growth. Of course, various gender inequality problems that developed countries have to deal with can seem very unimportant compared to the situation in the other areas of the world where fundamental steps of equal rights are not yet in place, like equal rights to education and some basic recognition of women's work contribution in society. Not to mention the mental and physical abuse that women experience in various places around the world. Esteemed Assembly, during and after the economic collapse in Iceland in 2008, many people wondered, would Iceland have been so badly hit if women had been in charge of the country's biggest financial institutions and major companies? I would not hesitate to answer the question with a no. Generally, women tread more carefully than men in matters of finance. They show more responsibility and prudence and are less inclined to risk-taking. Dear friends, It is very important to eliminate all the barriers that hinder women in seeking equal opportunities in the labour market. Equal parental responsibility and a strong welfare system are among the most vital keys to equal opportunities for both sexes. Thus, we ensure that both men and women can take on challenging and important positions in business, management, politics, or any other field. In Iceland, it changed quite a lot when men were obliged to take paternity leave or else forfeit it, rather than be able to sign the rights over to the baby's mother. This changed the percentage of men taking paternity leave from less than 0.5% to 90%, 9-0. After the economic crash in Iceland in 2008, my government, which came to power in 2009, was determined to defend the welfare system in spite of the huge cuts we had to make. And both the IMF and acclaimed Nobel Prize winners in economics have said it was miraculous how the welfare infrastructure in Iceland was protected while the country was being brought back from the brink and rebuilt. My government, which included an equal number of men and women, and sometimes even a majority of women, also changed Iceland from being a society with great income inequality to one of the top societies in the world regarding equality. A strong welfare system is an important tool to achieve gender equality and also to reduce poverty, lack of education and health problems on a global level. Another key factor is wage and asset equality within each society and between nations. The British social epidemiologist and author Richard Wilkinson has studied the consequences of inequality. According to him, uneven distribution of wealth has an enormous impact on social problems, crime, violence, health, and the well-being of children. Wilkinson's research has shown that there are more problems in all these areas in rich countries where there is a great economic inequality. So more equality is the key to a better society and a better world. During my premiership, we also passed law that guaranteed women a minimum of 40% of all seats on the boards of public and private companies and pension funds where women had been less than 10%. It is imperative that those who are in charge always view all issues and decision-making through a gender equality lens. By doing that, my government introduced a budget that was put together with a gender equality compass. That is, all decisions presented in the budget were made with equal rights in mind. Thus, it is no coincidence that Iceland was last month at the top of the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Index for the 5th year running. The list is put together by considering issues like political participation, economic equality and access to education and health care. When I became Prime Minister, Iceland was facing bankruptcy, and my government got the unenviable task of cleaning up the mess and restoring our society. Iceland was struggling with the hardest economic conditions that have occurred in the Republic's history, and we were the first country to be hit badly in 2008. And this caused much disillusion. Bonfires were lit, and full social revolt seemed inevitable. Our community burned with conflict and rage. But Iceland is now, 5 years later, well on the way to recovery. I therefore want to end my speech with a short poem by a respected Icelandic poet. It is simply called Woman. When all has been said, when the problems of the world have been dissected, discussed and settled, when eyes have met and hands been shaken in the gravity of the moment, a woman always arrives to clear the table, sweep the floor, and open the windows to let out the cigar smoke. It never fails. Dear friends, the mission and objective of this new organisation, WIP, is to fight for women's rightful opportunities to rule the world alongside men, not only to be called in to do the cleaning when men have messed up. Thank you.